I'm Donna Ryan from the Facial Goddess. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you've bought one of my Gua Sha stones here. This one is designed by Cicely Braden. I'm going to be using the lily fluorite today, but it also comes in jade and fire quartz, so it doesn't matter which stone you use, as long as it's this shape. So what I want you to do is make sure that you have cleansed skin, so it's really important that your skin is clean. And you can also do this treatment in the morning or the evening, it's completely up to you. You must always work both sides as well. And I need you to get yourself a nice face oil. So it's important that the oil has some slip, but it's not too slippery and greasy, because you want to have a bit of grip in there. So that's really important. So I like to use Tropics elixir oil. It's got the perfect amount of slip. It's a fantastic oil. It's very anti-aging as well. So yeah, go get yourself a nice oil and I'll see you in a minute. So I have my hair tied back, and now I'm going to apply a few drops of oil. So we want to have quite a bit of slip, so the skin's not dragging, but also you need to have a little bit of grip as well, so you don't want it too oily. So I'm just going to apply all over the neck as well, and at the back of the neck. Add a little bit more. I'm using Tropic elixir oil, which I really love. So once you've applied, we're actually going to start on the back of our neck. So I'm going to be using one of this ridged end here. So I'm going to turn around and show you, and I'll be going up either side of my spine, and I'm working upwards into the hairline. So you can add quite a bit of pressure here, but don't hurt yourself. We can hold a lot of tension. So I'm going to do it probably around 7 times. And then just moving across just to next to the spine, so never go on it, and work your way up again as many times as you like. I'm going to do around 7, and then I go across to the other side. Probably around another 7 times. So once I've done that, I'm just going to put my head to the side. I'm going to go into the collarbone, so this ridged end here, into the collarbone, and then work your way up your neck, just behind the ear. So this bit for me is actually really crunchy, so I'm going to just do like an up and down movement on the really crunchy bits. And you can use some pressure, but please don't go really hard, because it can be too much. With some people, you may find that you get some little red dots. That's okay, that's actually the Sha coming to the surface of the skin, and it's actually releasing the stagnation. So you can do that as many times as you like. A lot of people have so much tension, so you might spend more time here than on your face. So I've done that side. Actually, I'm going to use the comb edge as well. So this is one of the best things about this stone, because you can really work out the adhesions. So I'm going to do some up and down movements all along here. Work out those crunchy bits. And then I'm going to go to this edge, and I'm going to go up. It feels so nice. So then I'm going to go to the other side, into the collarbone again, and work up just behind the ear. This side is not as bad for me actually, so I'll probably do it just a few more times. And then we call this actually tech neck, and that's from working at the computer, looking down at our mobile phones, all these things that give us a tight neck. And if we have a really tight neck, it can drag the face down, and so it can cause aging. so we don't want that. So basically the neck is probably one of the most important parts of beauty and aging gracefully. So again, I'm using the comb now, working out those knots. And then I'm going back to this end. I'm going to work my way up. That feels amazing. So now I'm going to work at the front of the neck. So very, very lightly around the front. And I'm going to be using the double end here at the edge. So very, very lightly work my way all the way up to my chin. And I'm holding here just so there's some anchorage, because I don't want my neck to be dragged. Very, very slowly. Opened up our neck area. We're now going to use this end here and we're going to work along the jaw. Now it's really important that we anchor, so I want you to make sure that you're holding the skin here as you work along the jawline. So around the jaw is where we hold so much tension, so it's really, really likely that you're going to have a lot of crunchy bits. Don't worry, it's completely normal. It's just like block lymph and adhesions that we can like work through. So it will get better the more that you do it. You can use a bit of pressure. I obviously don't want you to hurt yourself or do any injuries or to bruise yourself. So please just do what feels right for you. Be sensible with it. So hold here. And I want you just to work under the jawbone. So I can really, really hear how crunchy it is. I use quite a bit of pressure because I have a lot of tension here. Even though I've been doing this a long time, I still have tension like everyone. So I'm doing a little wiggle by my ear. So now I also am going to just use it on the actual jawbone as well. There you go. And watch how I'm holding it. I have the comb towards my face. And I'm also holding it at a 15-degree angle. You can also do some nice, more sweeping movements. But it feels really lovely. And then I like to get this end, holding here and using most of the crystal really on the face and going up to the ear again. I'm just working my way up a little bit, going up to my ear. Just by the side of my mouth, holding here, going up to the ear. And so, as I was saying, a lot of people hold a lot of tension, so that's why I'm going to use the comb. So with the comb, you can start brushing out all that tension. Just making sure you're always anchoring. You can even go a little bit up and down as well in the bits that are really, really tight, like around the ear. So along the jaw you can use pressure, but for the rest of the face I don't want you to use a lot of pressure. I want you to go really light, so that's really important. So you can even brush and go in. And again. And I'm just going underneath my cheek here, because this can really help with definition. So once we've done that bit, I want you to then move across to this beautiful side here. And I'm going to do very, very light movement, just across to the ear. And again, you can do this as many times as you like. I think I'm going to do probably around 5 times. And this is also amazing for lifting and sculpting up the face. So once we've worked through a lot of the tension, it makes you basically are more able to sculpt the face once you've done that. So with this end, I'm just going to put it into my collarbone and work all the way up my neck, anchoring here as I go underneath my cheekbone and just hold. So again, as you can see, this is giving me a little bit more definition. So now we have this beautiful end here. So this really hugs into the cheekbone area. Just going to go here and quite flat against my skin. As you can see, more or less all the stone is being used. So that's how we're basically doing a lot of the lymph drainage and some sculpting as well. So I'll just do a little bit more here. It feels so good, so I could just carry on and on and on. Now I'm going to show you how to work on those 11s areas. So that's a bit between the eyebrows here. So it's very, very simple. We're going to use the comb edge and we're going to hold our fingers either side so we're not dragging. And then we're just going to very, very lightly use the comb to rub them out. And the more you do this, the less the lines, their lines will really fade, so the less they will show. It feels lovely, it's so nice. You can do some cross hatching with there as well. And you can do the same with any other lines on your forehead as well. So if you have some lines here, just very, very lightly rub them out, do some cross hatch with it. And then we're going to use this edge and work very, very slowly upwards to the hairline. You can even go into the hairline as well. That feels super nice. The gua sha can be used for so many different things. So yeah, I'm just going to the centre, all the way up to the top of my hairline. So now we've done that sequence, I'm now going to show you how to do a few lymphatic drainage movements. So this is really good for depuffing. So it's something nice to do at the end of a gua sha treatment. Sometimes you might not need it because your fluid might flow really well because we've really opened up the neck already. But if you find that you're a bit puffy around here, then it means that we need to do some extra work. So I'm going to use this end here and at the front of the ear, really, really, really lightly. I'm just going to go all the way down into the collarbone here. And this is like the dumping ground for lymph. So yeah, really, really slowly. I mean, you may have to do it 10 times, 20 times. Just keep giving it a go. And then we can use the double end here, either side of the ear, and work all the way down again. And I love this end too. So very, very gently work your way down. And you can also use this end very lightly. I'm going to do it this way actually, so the comb edge will be downwards. Very lightly go all the way up to the ear, with the stone really hugging the skin. Work your way up just below the eye, go all the way out to the ear again. Anchoring as we go. And then with this end, work your way down. Really help to get those fluids to drain. So there you go, that's one side. So now I want you to do the other side. You must always do both sides. And I really hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks so much for watching. And if you have any comments, please just let me know and I'll do my best to help.